It's hard to believe that it was just 2 years ago that I wrote that. Time really flies. An Ode to Mr. Krabs was, without a doubt, one of my most influential works. It was a 1 minute, 32-second long rap about my undying passion for the cartoon character Eugene Krabs.
Corn on the cob when a cool show came on. It was called SpongeBob.
I know many have said that rap was my peak, and I don't entirely disagree with them. The lyrics were touching, the song was engaging, and even now, in 2020, I still find myself dabbing along to the beat. It's just that effective.
Jeez, Eugene. I mean, I've never been gay, but the way he walked and talked and shot off that way...
Oh yeah, the story behind the song is really interesting. Originally, I was trying to write something lighthearted and funny, and I wanted to pull in some personal experiences so the song could have just a bit more passion. But I kept finding myself being drawn to the memory of my affection of Eugene Krabs. I just found him so appealing.
Make me dab, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs! You make me dab, Mr. Krabs.
And then I realized that this song wasn't going to be something lighthearted. It was going to be a passionate love song to my lover, who I could never be with. And now we come to today, where I want to revisit the song. It was just so important to me, I felt that I needed to expand on it. But as I listened to it, I realized that there is no way I could make a sequel to this. The song always has been, and always will be, a standalone feature. But with a sequel out of the question, and my desire to work with the song ever growing, I realized that I needed to make a remake of the song. I needed to emphasize the emotion. I needed to make a song to be remembered. The original instrumentals were composed of 3 tracks. You had the piano, the drums, and the metronome that wouldn't frickin' delete. These 3 elements worked in a wonderful harmony, complementing each other and elevating the song to a higher musical standard. This includes the metronome, ensuring that the electronically arranged music was always on beat. Thank you, you insufferable metronome. Remaking the piano was a relatively easy task for a master composer like myself. Having many hours worth of work with my previous album, Horizon, this would come... Did I spell Horizon wrong? Having many hours worth of experience, I would find building and expanding on an ode to be a breeze. I felt with the remake of this song, I could really delve into the emotions I built on in the original, and for that, I knew there would need to be some major changes done to the instrumentals. The bass line, on the other hand, was a whole different story. It was a work of... no, not that. Okay, so I should... Okay, that shouldn't... Okay, so if I add the... No, that's worse. Okay, so... no, it was a cakewalk. It takes a lot to rustle me up after 2 years in the business.
As Reed partook on his musical pilgrimage, he asked me to help him rewrite the drum portion of the ode. Now you may be asking yourself, why would Reed, the modern Beethoven of our times, ask humble little me to assist him on this task? Well, there's a simple answer to that. It's because I play better than him. So, let's get into the song. The original drum line was... well...
I want to pour cement in my ears now.
It was mostly alternating between quarter notes on the kick and quarter notes on the snare. Now, even if Reed used these incorrectly, the theory behind their use was mostly correct. See, Reed uses these in place of what drummers refer to as accents. An accent is just a note that you hit a little bit harder than all the other notes in the song. Accents have many different uses, but they're generally used in order to give a distinct rhythm on top of the drum line the drummer is already playing. However, the way Reed uses them is kind of like putting sprinkles on ice cream. Minus the ice cream. For this remake, I'm going to be adding in a bit more of a stable drum line, as well as putting in the necessary accents in order to give the song that iconic hip-hop feel.
the lyrics, I didn't feel as though my previous performance properly accentuated my underlying passion enough. Apart from the unwavering praise of the original, there was a small minority of people who said my vocals were a little
It all started in the year 2007.
flat. After trying an experimental technique of crying the lyrics and losing 2 pounds of tears in the process, I understood that I needed to step up my game. I needed to find the true meaning of these lyrics. This sent me on what I can only describe in hindsight as a soul search. I felt joy. I felt freedom. I felt pain and sadness. I felt the grass under my feet as I ran, the rain on my face as I danced. I heard the crash of the waves on the sea. And only after a long hike up a distant mountain did I realize the real meaning of the song when I first wrote it. And then, and only then, I could finally record the lyrics. It all started out in the year 2008. Now, for the final piece. It's ready. It all started out in the year 2007, 11:30 with my boy named Kevin. We were munching over leftover corn on the cob when a show came on. It was called SpongeBob. Are you ready, kids? And away we went. And over the next half an hour, we spent adventuring all over Bikini Bottom. Any bad guys? Plankton. SpongeBob. Got it. Everything was going well. Yeah, until... Whoa. Who's that? Is that Mr. Krabs? Jeez, Eugene. I mean, I don't think I'm gay, but the way he walks and talks and shot off that way, I just had to hold back the urge to dab. I mean, how is it that I was attracted to a crab? If you want, you could take a time machine back to when I was a cringy preteen, and if you stopped and looked, you would have seen just how attracted and obsessed I was with Eugene, because Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. Oh, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs. Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs. Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs.
So bad.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs.
So bad.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs.
So bad.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs.
So bad.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Mr. Krabs.
So bad.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
You make me dab.
Oh, Mr. Krabs.
So bad.